y'all for giving us this food today. I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. Even though I don't sometimes answer y'all text messages or phone calls, and I thank God for y'all because through, my accidents or, my mishaps, y'all never treated me different or, talked about me for all I know. I got a nutritionist now, so think about me when y'all eat this good food.
Even with a significant date fast approaching, Spence makes certain to keep his loved ones nearby. He would not be here, headed toward boxing immortality, without those who have been there from the start.
I'm not one of those guys that can do training camp for 10 weeks and not be able to see my family and friends. It's one of my favorite aunties. I ain't gonna say my favorite because my other auntie over there, so.
I'm the golden aunt.
These people that support me since day one.
This is his mom who loves him dearly.
Yeah, I'm glad I have that. A lot of guys at my level don't. This is my big sister, Ebony. She the one that really probably taught me how to fight because she used to beat me up all the time. This is my little sister. I feel like it doesn't matter how much success or money I gain, they're always gonna be the same. They're always gonna be here for me, whether I'm at the top or I'm at the bottom. This is my girlfriend, hey, who I love.
It's important for champion fathers to pass along important lessons, like the recent one Spence imparted to young Errol. The third win, whether in pop, a shot, or a championship bout, in order to seize the, in this case, Pokemon prize.
I want to leave something behind for my kids. I want to leave something behind for, my nieces and nephews and, mom and dad and things like that. So for me, it's still about working hard and staying focused.
Summer in Dallas has temperatures averaging over 95 degrees, and inside the world-class boxing gym, it is at least 10 to 15 degrees hotter, with Errol Spence Jr. in the midst of his 30th professional fight camp. It is just another infamous sparring session. 2 different sparring partners, 14 rounds, and 42 minutes of non-stop work.
Everybody's right who say he's not going to be the same. He's going to be better. So much better than he ever was. His body is well rested. He feels really good. Everything is going great. And as you saw today, his punches are fluid. He's strong. And he's throwing the punches where I think he should throw them. And, defense is looking good. So everything is going great. And, hey, everybody that's thinking he don't have anything left, just wait.
Knowing what I can do and knowing that what I want to do, I don't see him coming back anytime soon or ever. Outside the ring is nothing but respect. I respect his legacy. I respect him as a person. I respect his humility and things like that. But once that bell rings, once you get in the ring, all the respect goes out the window. And it's a young line on the old line, and I'm finna take his kingdom.
There's nothing left to say, and no more promises to make. From this point forward, every ounce of energy is being saved for one night, one opponent, and one opportunity to remind the boxing world exactly who Errol Spence Jr. still believes he is.
The Tszyu name was always something that was very strong to me and to everyone else in Australian and global boxing.
We looked at Tszyu as the pinnacle of boxing. That Tszyu level was the highest level of boxing you can get to.
My dad was like, he used to use his front hand like this. He used to measure, and he used to have this deadly power. I come more in punches and bunches, while he's more of that one hand thump. I remember sparring him once, and I could feel his thump. What my dad achieved and what he's done and how he is as a boxer, it's only going to be one Tszyu ever. My dad had a rock star life when you're young. Even when you're 7 years old, you're walking down the street and it's like, Why are there people coming up to us? Why are we driving a car that everyone looks at? My parents, they came from a Soviet Union type of life. I remember my mum saying that at 21 years old, it was her first time tasting Coca-Cola.
But if Errol Spence is preparing to remind the world who he is, Tim Tszyu is just as determined to make sure that comeback ends on his watch. Fighting in front of his hometown fans in Australia, Tszyu is not stepping into this event just to defend his reputation. He is walking in with the belief that this is the night he proves he belongs among boxing's elite.
My parents did everything for me to not box. But at the same time, I was sort of always stuck in the boxing gym. Like this gym that we're in now, it's been a place of home since I was a young kid. I became pretty good at it.
He came to me, I want to fight, I want to go professional.
Those types of weight on my shoulders were there from such a young age. The expectation of people that as soon as I was born, they thought I was a superhero straight away.
We don't lose. No such thing as losing for us.
When we heard that there was another Tszyu, Tim, who I'd known since he was a little kid, the fact that he was about to go pro got everyone very, very excited. And the opportunities for Australian boxing seem to be enormous.
And they always compared me to the sun. Well, the whole time I was sort of trying to create my own identity.
Every interview, every training clip, and every
session and update from his camp points to one clear objective. He is not preparing for a close decision. He is aiming to finish the fight before the final bell. His goal is to leave no doubt by producing a performance that everyone will remember. Defeating a former unified world champion returning after a lengthy layoff would be the perfect way to make that statement. Tim Tszyu understands that a victory over Errol Spence would mean far more than another win on his record. It could elevate his reputation, create new opportunities, and redefine the next stage of his career. Competing in front of a home crowd brings enormous expectations, but that energy can also inspire a fighter to reach another level. With the support of Australian fans behind him, Tszyu will be looking to deliver the kind of unforgettable performance that cements his place among the sports.
He camps at home. He's in bed at 8 o'clock. It's a very strict regime.
Look, he's an elite fighter. For him to achieve what he wants to achieve, it's not just nutrition, training, recovery, mindset.
He's got a will to win, almost like Michael Jordan has that will to win back in the day with Bull. He had that I can't be beaten type attitude. He has a target to get to. And he's going to get to that target whether you're in front of him or 10 people are in front of him or he's fighting 20 people at once. He's possessed. Like he's
across the ring, Errol Spence did not make the long trip across the globe just to play a supporting role in someone else's moment. He is coming to prove that he still belongs among boxing's best. That is what makes the upcoming showdown so compelling. One fighter is determined to reclaim his status after spending years away from the spotlight, while the other is eager to defend his home turf and establish himself as the division's new standard. When fight night arrives in just 10 days, the predictions, headlines, and debates will all fade into the background. The only thing that will matter is who takes control once the opening bell sounds. Boxing often delivers unforgettable moments when two confident champions step into the ring convinced that victory is theirs, and those are the battles that fans remember for years to come.
200 bar.
Let's
okay? How do I turn this thing on?
Off the camera, Tim is a bloody funny guy, yeah. He loves shopping. Oh, God.
Like clothes shopping?
Clothes shopping, man. Everything, yeah, clothes shopping, of course.
But they're the newest release, that's why I sort of got them.
Yeah, these ones.
Yeah, I got them in Italy. They were handcrafted in the Netherlands.
He has a lot of clothes.
How much of the attention has been on the expectations surrounding Tim Tszyu? Errol Spence has quietly settled into Australia with the confidence of a fighter who is not bothered by competing on foreign soil. One of the first things that stood out was the way he carried himself. Rather than trying to appear intimidating from the moment he arrived, Spence took time to appreciate the traditional Aboriginal welcome ceremony, describing it as a meaningful experience and showing genuine respect for the culture. But the atmosphere shifted the instant the conversation turned toward Tszyu. The relaxed smile disappeared, and his focus became obvious. When reporters asked if he had a message for his opponent, Spence calmly replied that he had nothing to say. Sometimes silence sends a stronger message than any verbal exchange. While some fighters build hype with bold predictions, others prefer to save their statements for fight night. Before the interview ended, Spence delivered one confident remark, saying he was the big fish and had come to Australia with every intention of taking control in Tszyu's own backyard.
Myself out here, and I can't wait for Sunday.
What does the next 10 days look like?
Just, a lot of training, probably some media stuff, but just staying focused, going over the game plan in the gym and getting ready.
What was the reasoning behind the move to 160?
It wasn't no reason. I was like, why fight at 150? Why fight at 158 when I was to fight at the weight limit 160?
Spence is bringing a very different kind of confidence into this matchup. It is not built on loud predictions or dramatic trash talk. Instead, it is the quiet confidence of someone who genuinely believes the outcome is already within his control. His reaction to the 160-pound weight limit was also telling. Rather than questioning it or searching for excuses, he accepted it without hesitation, even suggesting that fighting at the full limit was not an issue. That attitude reflects a competitor focused on the challenge ahead instead of the number on the scale. Another thing that stood out was how comfortable he seemed about fighting overseas. Spence reminded everyone that traveling to compete is not unfamiliar territory, pointing to his amateur career and previous international experience. While many believe the Australian crowd gives Tim Tszyu a significant edge, Spence does not appear to see it that way. Crowd support can certainly lift a fighter's energy, but it does not change what happens once the bell rings. The ropes, the canvas, and the punches remain exactly the same. From everything he has shown since arriving, Spence looks calm, respectful, and completely confident that he can spoil one of the biggest boxing nights Australia has been anticipating.
Process and, when I come out, hopefully everybody won't boo me and put on a great show.
What did you make of Tim Tszyu's demeanour throughout the last couple of weeks and some of the things that he said?
I might have really been paying attention to Tim Tszyu, but his demeanor always been like that, so that's why I really just don't care for him.
And what about your message to him now you're on his backyard now?
I don't have no message for him. I'm the big fish. I'm gonna take over his back.
Now here's where things get even more interesting. Listening to Tim Tszyu after hearing Errol Spence, it is easy to see that both fighters share the same level of belief. They just picture themselves standing at the center of the story. One thing that stood out in Tsyu's interview was how composed he remained. Instead of relying on bold promises to build excitement, he spoke with quiet confidence and repeatedly emphasized that this is the best condition he has ever been in. Normally, that kind of claim can sound like typical pre-fight talk, but Tszyu backed it up with specific changes he has made. He explained that staying in Australia, adding Jeff Fenech to his camp, and learning when to recover instead of constantly pushing at maximum intensity have all helped him reach another level physically and mentally. Those details were far more convincing than any dramatic prediction. In boxing, success is not always about who works the longest hours. It often comes down to who prepares the smartest. When the conversation shifted to Errol Spence, Tszyu also showed respect. Rather than overlooking his opponent or questioning his ability, he acknowledged the challenge ahead while remaining confident in his own preparation.
What Spence can expect from you?
I feel like I'm sort of like rejuvenated to a certain extent. I feel like I'm a bit refreshed. I feel better than ever, I'll be honest with you, in every certain department, physically, mentally. So Spence has to expect the best.
If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit the like button, share it with other boxing fans, and subscribe to the channel for more fight news, training camp updates, and in-depth boxing coverage. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.